Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode in the Top 5 series. Here I talk about my top 5 picks in certain categories, and I have already covered 2 videos in the series. If you haven't checked them out already, I would recommend you to also watch them. Binge watching all kinds of web series is a new form of activity that most of us have grown into. However, sometimes it's really hard to select the best ones, especially when time is very important to delegate to the ocean of content available online waiting to be watched. And if you haven't tapped into the world of Bengali web series, then I must say that you are missing out on a lot of great content. So, without further ado, let's start with today's episode, Top 5 Bengali web series that you should watch. The first one in this list in no particular order is Kali. Kali is a story which takes you on a cliffhanger ride where a mother has one night to save her son. Produced by Parambrata Chattopadhyay, who is known for acting in and directing brilliant and entertaining films. Kali delves into the unseen underbelly of Kolkata, which is usually spoken about in hushed tones. Filled with hope, courage, danger and betrayal, Kali is a multi-layered show that will give you jitters as it progresses towards the climax. The acting of Pauli Dam, who played the titular character, is so good that you will root for her with all your heart. There is a scene in episode 6 where she yells out her son's name and breaks down in the middle of the street. Her helplessness of not being able to get the money for her son's operation will pierce your heart. She portrayed a mother's love with complete honesty. The series has 2 seasons, but I urge you to watch the first one. It has a rating of 7.9 on IMDb and is streaming on ZEE5. Next in the list is Shorote Aaj. This thriller drama revolves around a group of NRI Bengalis, both from India and Bangladesh, who come together to organize and celebrate Durga Puja. However, a terrorist group plans to disrupt the event. Created by Parambrata Chattopadhyay and directed by Aritra Sen, the web series Shorote Aaj is a smartly written, sleek thriller drama set in London that is both soothing to the eyes and loaded with some terrific performances. While the show advertises itself as a thriller, I am going to have to say that it's more of a relationship drama with an underlying element of terrorism, espionage and suspense thrown in. It is pleasantly surprising to see a Bengali show that has been mounted on such a large scale without the usual accompanying baggage of poor execution. With a rating of 7.3 on IMDb, Shorote Aaj is streaming on ZEE5. The third one on the list is Stories by Rabindranath Tagore. Stories by Rabindranath Tagore is one of the highest rated series on IMDb with a rating of 8.8. It is a 2015 Indian Hindi television series which aired on the Epic channel and is directed by Anurag Basu. Set in Bengal of the 1920s, the show is a representation of the classic short stories by the Bengali writer and Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore. In his literary work, Tagore has focused on relationships which were colored by human shortcomings and idiosyncrasies. Most often than other fiction of Tagore's era, confident women were the protagonists of his stories, strong in their stead while cocooned in a conservative Indian society. In a culture where adultery, rebellion, sorrow and death were a taboo, Tagore's stories were progressive and brought a shift in the mindset of a traditional Indian value. So with a rating of 8.8, you can find all the episodes streaming on Netflix. The fourth one on the list is one of my favorites, and it's not because of how well it's made, but because I was happy to see a genre like this even attempted in Bengali. Shabdo Jabdo is a Bengali web series streaming on Hoichoi. Directed by Saurav Chakraborty, The series is based on a thriller story featuring Rajat Kapoor, who is making his debut in Bengali Web Series and has done a phenomenal job. Rajat Kapoor is a name that single-handedly brings authenticity to any show, and it's difficult to imagine any other actor who would have fit the part as aptly as him. The conviction in his portrayal and his ability to leave the viewer thinking, then spoon-feed his ideas is what works in his favor. Subrata Datta is in superb form as a doctor with several darker layers to his personality. The mix of the creepiness and the niceness in his performance haunts the viewer long after the show ends. And the final one of the series, Byomkesh. Byomkesh is the Bengali streaming television series based on the Byomkesh Bakshi character created by Sharadindu Bandopadhyay. Set in the 1930s, the series is based on the adventures of Byomkesh and his friend and biographer Ajit, who usually accompanies Bakshi during investigation. Anirban Bhattacharya portrays the lead role of Byomkesh, with Subrata Datta in the role of Byomkesh's trusted friend turned aide Ajit. The first episode premiered on Saturday, October 14, 2017, being the first Byomkesh series to be available on OTT platform Hoichoi worldwide. This has a total of 6 seasons, and I can guarantee you that you can start watching from any episode and you will fall in love with Byomkesh Bakshi and the character. Obviously, the list is non-exhaustive, and thus there are many more that you can put on the list. Do let me know what's your favorite Bengali web series and if you have any other suggestions which is not in the list. That's it for today. Do like the video and comment, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Till the next time, goodbye.